welcome back.
Welcome to the show.
From the Great White North, the center of the real estate universe, Newton, Massachusetts, right outside of snowy Boston.
This is Real Estate on Sunday. I'm Diana Doherty.
I'm Jim Lowenstern.
And if you'd like to get in touch with us, you can reach us at 1-800-967-73561.
And we are streaming live on Mixlr.com, real-estate-on-Sunday.
That's correct.
Yeah.
And you can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Yep. And the reason, of course, I mentioned that because right now we're dressed for winter. You're not seeing us if you're just listening to the audio. But we wanted to quickly, we have a special guest today, but before that, we wanted to quickly talk about the weather and how it's affecting real estate.
Yes.
So, Diana, do you have customers that are rushing out right now in snowstorms?
They're not rushing out. I do have buyers that are looking, but they're not ready to pull the trigger. I think they're waiting, as well as my sellers, to put the properties on the market. We've got 6 feet of snow. You could barely see the houses anyway.
I know. I just had a call from a broker running around with a buyer, and she said, "Where's the house?" I said, "Well, it's a house we're tearing down," but I said, "You're not going to see it anyway. There's probably just mounds of snow there. It's delaying everything." So
it really is.
Let's introduce our guest today, F. Ron Smith from sunny California, and we should get him on the phone.
Yes, let's do that.
Mr. Smith?
Yes.
Hi, Jim Lowenstern and Diana Doherty. How are you?
Good, Jim. Good morning, Diana.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to Real Estate on Sunday. So, you are presently in what zip code?
Let's see, 90210 and 90049.
You're straddling the zip code line there?
Actually, I've got both. Well, I work in Beverly Hills, and I also work in Brentwood. We've got 7 offices in the company, and those are the 2 offices that I work out of.
And how's the weather today?
It's phenomenal. At 72 degrees, I'm looking outside right now.
Well, what was our temperature today, Diana?
I didn't see the temperature, but there's a lot of snow out there.
Like 20?
Probably. It's warm today.
It's warm today.
It's balmy.
Warmed up. So we're actually sitting here with, I'm actually taking my gloves off. I have ski goggles on. We wanted to, and we filmed this with green screen. So behind us, we're going from a snowy scene right now to I guess we'll do a California dreaming scene or something like that. So we're taking off the ski goggles and putting on sunglasses. Just bear with us for a moment. Okay, much better. No, I'm not going to do the sunglasses because I can't read the questions. So, do you prefer F or Ron or Mr. Smith?
I like that. You can introduce me as F. Ron Smith, and please call me Ron.
So I read about this other guy. So what's your first name? What's the F stand for?
F stands for...
What is that again?
Frank, F-R-A-N-K.
Frank. So there was a Frank Smith out in L.A. that was causing a lot of trouble for you?
Actually, no, it was Ron Smith. It was Ron Smith lookalikes.
Ron Smith from
yeah.
O.J. Simpson. Right? Is that right?
Was that it?
That's a very good memory, yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's in Brentwood.
So you got thrown out of some events, I guess.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so, and that goes back about 20 years. So I just added my initial. I'd always gone by Ron, so I just added the initial F. So it's F. Ron Smith. One as a differential at the time, and it's just caught on. I've got friends that call me Efron, and so it just stuck.
Okay, well we'll call you Efron.
I like it.
If that's okay. So you are the CEO or the president of Partners Trust and also Leverage Real Estate?
I am the co-founder of Leverage Global Partners.
Are you on a cell phone?
Yes, I am.
Okay, because you just dropped out.
Yeah, you're going in and out.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to sit in one location. How is this?
Yeah, that's fine. We can hear you.
Okay.
So we didn't hear the answer, basically.
Okay. I'm a co-founder of Partners Trust, and we started that in September of 2009. And I'm the co-founder and president of Leverage Global Partners, and we started that in April of 2013.
So you've been busy the last five years or so. So Partners has how many partners, actual partners?
We've got 100 actual associates in the company, Jim. We've got 185. We've got 8 offices, and we've got 7 offices, and our 7th office is in Shanghai, and we just opened Shanghai 2 weeks ago.
Right, I noticed that. So that's interesting. So you're expanding internationally. Before we get to China, let's talk about your expansion in, I guess, the LA area. It's pretty much all around LA, correct?
Right. We started out in Brentwood. That was our first office, and then we went to Santa Monica, then to Pasadena, then Beverly Hills. We've got an office in La Cunada, Flint Ridge, and we most recently opened an office in Malibu.
So,
And that's with Madison Hillenbrand.
We've got, Madison Hildebrand is one of the founding partners of our Malibu office.
so was he with you when he did the Bravo show?
He started, no, he joined our company. He joined our company about 8 months ago.
Yeah.
So who is he with
So he's
on the
not
show?
with he was with Caldwell Banker, I think.
He was with that. That's correct.
Yeah. So he's not with Caldwell Banker anymore? He opened up?
So he left, correct. So he left Coldwell Banker. He joined Partners Trust, and at that point in time, we were opening the Malibu office.
Okay.
And so he's one of the founding partners of our Malibu office.
Okay, so how does that work? You're a franchise in a way, or you just start new LLCs?
We're a privately held real estate company, and what we do, Jim, is we set aside 10% of our revenue on an annual basis and do a profit sharing with the associates. And when we go to if there is interest in a group of realtors wanting to possibly open a Partners Trust office in another market, they will approach us, and if it's the right fit, they can be founding partners in that division.
Okay, so it's sort of not quite a franchise, but in a way you're licensing your name and you'll probably get a piece of the equity. Do you put up the money for the office, or the agents do?
Let me create a little more clarity on that. Basically what would happen, Jim, is if you and Diana wanted to open an office in San Antonio, you would reach out to us. If it were a good fit and you had 3 or 4 associates that were productive in that market and demonstrated the ability, we would open a Partners Trust office in San Antonio with you. You would put together a management team. Partners Trust would be responsible and have the majority ownership in the office. There would have to be a like-minded culture and like-minded business ethics, and we would be able to open the office with you. We're moving slowly again. In 5 years, we've got 7 offices. There are 185 of us. We did almost $2 billion in business last year.
Very nice. So what's your vetting process for your agents? You probably can't personally meet every agent before they're working for one of the offices. You have to vet out the managers and the...
Jim?
Yes.
Molly, I'll tell you something. I have met absolutely every associate that we've got with the company, as do my 3 founding partners. To a person, everybody that's joined the company.
So how do you choose the agents or members, alliances, type of thing?
Basically, there are 3 criteria. One is how do the other associates feel about them in that office? 2, are they inspired to do business the same way that we do business? And 3, what are their business goals, and are those business goals in alignment with what we want to do as a company?
So is there like a team vote?
You know, you don't get voted off the island with us.
Yeah.
It's got to be a majority agreement.
Okay.
Are you still active? Do you list property still?
I am. I did almost $100 million in real estate last year in sales.
So you're working with buyers as well?
With buyers and sellers, and we have. I think it's healthy, you know, to maintain an engagement in the market. I think it's healthy for our management to do that. It's very challenging to feel the growing pains, of agents if you're not in the trenches and you don't understand, the real day-to-day complexities of what's going on in this market.
I agree with you. So China, that's exciting. What led to, I guess there's 50 states, you're in just California, and then you go, oh, we should open up in China. A lot of business coming to California from China, and one of your agents said, I want to open an office there?
It was a unique evolution to really how the majority of our offices have come up outside of the Beverly Hills and Brentwood office. We had one of the founding partners and president of the company, Nick Siegel, had a long-term relationship with a gentleman by the name of Sean May in Shanghai, and another friend of his, Lawrence Koh, who has been doing business in China for 20 years. We started these conversations 4 years ago, and our thought was that if we had the ability to create a relationship with a group of wealth management, men and women in Shanghai or Hong Kong, and had the ability to put together a concierge service of, the finest immigration attorneys in LA, the finest tax attorneys in LA, and put a package like that together where we could reach out to, Chinese women and families, and offer them a platform for them to do business.
You're breaking up a little bit again, just so you know.
We wanted to be able to put together a platform of concierge services for. We've got a fine group of tax attorneys, a fine group of immigration attorneys that we work with in Los Angeles in collaboration with Partners Trust China, and we've created a platform that we think is going to be very, very effective for us and for our clients moving forward. That will enable families in China that want to move to the U.S. or do business in the U.S. To do such. We've got a number of clients through Leverage Global Partners and through Partners Trust that live throughout the U.S. and overseas that have projects that they would be interested in having funding. And all we're doing is connecting the two parties.
So are these Chinese buyers buying in through Partners Trust other states, or primarily California and the LA area when you're doing business with them?
Right now, and again, we've just started this. Right now, the communication that we've got and the business that we're conducting from China is through LA, through San Francisco, and in some parts of Orange County, and then in Malibu. And through Leverage, we've been contacted by some of our great members in Montreal and in Vancouver and in New York, and through Leverage we're making those connections. There are some just phenomenal investment opportunities, for example, in Montreal and in Vancouver, for these just gorgeous high-rise condominium buildings. Mm-hmm. And so by connecting the dots, making introductions, we feel like we can create a platform to be able to, make some really strong introductions.
Yeah, Vancouver has a lot of those buildings going up on the water. So let's talk about Leverage. Are your original partners with Partners Trust involved, or was it your idea? How did the idea germinate, so to speak?
The original idea started about 4 years ago, and my background is in being with Coldwell Banker for 15 years and Sotheby's for 5 years prior to starting Partners Trust. I came to the realization, the best way for us to be able to create a level playing field and to give boutique real estate companies the upper hand was to create a network where boutique companies in various locations could have exclusivity in their market and be able to network with like-minded companies. And there are two caveats. You've got to be an independent real estate company, and you have to have a like-minded business outlook.
So a franchised office can't join.
Correct.
Okay.
And so we're in 165 markets. We have 142 members, and that's very, very strong growth over an 18-month period.
So there's no limitation on how many offices the independent could have, though?
That is correct. That is correct. The only limitation that we would have, Jim, is that you're gifted exclusivity in your market, and so you designate what the market is.
Okay, so we have a broker. We have an office in Newton. We have a broker in Brookline. That would probably eliminate our ability to join leverage, for example.
If you're, not to make it complicated, but if your primary office is in a market that's not competitive, and you happen to open a market in another adjacent market to one of the other members, we still honor your main location. We just will promote your other offices. We don't want to stifle. I don't want to stifle growth. The way the vision that we had was to create a national and international platform for independent real estate companies. I mean, I like to think of us as I want to be the largest non-franchise franchise for independent real estate companies. So they don't have to sell. They've got greater strength with the numbers, and they can maintain the autonomy that they've got and the individuality that they want to have.
So on the so a lot of it leverages, I guess, and I'm not using that as a pun, but on the web,
You do.
on the website. So that's where most of your business is coming from. It's coming from the internet, I'm gathering.
Actually, I just got back. I just got back from a 2-day event in North Carolina, and we had 15 presidents meet there from the surrounding area with their staff. So we had 36 people in a really, really content-rich day and a half meeting where we talked about business practices, and we really peeled the onion back. Talked about commissions, talked about retention, talked about elements these men and women wouldn't ordinarily have access to that kind of intelligence. And when you've got a room of owners, when you've got a room full of owners that know that there's no other agenda other than to share the information, and how can we enhance our position? How can we make ourselves bigger, make ourselves grow? It was a great day and a half.
Do you remember my question? I don't remember my question.
I totally digressed. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, so let's talk about the business model. It's primarily on the web. You have a network that's being marketed on the web. You go and find the map, you find a broker, and then you're led to the broker's own website and their database of basically the MLS listings. They're all IDX sites, basically, that are linked off of the Leverage site, correct?
That is correct.
Okay, so if I were a broker and I was part of your network, would I be able to have my property, some special new listing literally marketed on your site, or it's only through the links to my site that it's going to be found?
You can showcase your specific property, Jim, for your company on the Leverage site, and we have a search criteria just for those properties, and the criteria is they've got to be high resolution photos, and the content has got to be sold out completely, bedroom, bath count, and it's got to be a photogenic property. And there's no limit to the number of properties that you can promote for your company on that site.
But it's a manual entry onto your site. It's not taking an MLS data feed.
That is correct,
Okay.
and that's a huge differential. And so you've got to have a marketing person upload the properties,
Right.
And we're maintaining quality control that way. And so we're not having, so as a company, you're not putting up hundreds of properties. You're putting up tens and tens of properties.
Right, got it. So, what do you charge a year for membership?
It varies from market to market, and it's a membership fee, Jim. We don't charge for referral fees for business that's referred back and forth. And in 2014, we did almost $800 million in referral business.
So it just depends on the size of the market? What?
It depends. Thank you. There are three criteria. It depends on the size of the market, the number of associates that you have in your company, and the demographics in your market, meaning the average price range, the average value of a property. We want to make it affordable in each market. I'm from El Paso, Texas. The market in El Paso is far different than the market would be in Newport, California, or in the Hamptons in New York.
Okay, you're getting.
So what would the cost be for the average $1 million? Like if the market average is $1 million for a house, and you have an average size company?
The monthly fee could be anywhere from $800 to $1,500 a month.
Okay.
Okay, you were being.
So there's no referral then?
No.
Per sale?
It's a monthly
membership.
fee for membership.
Diana, you pay no referral fees.
Okay.
And what we do is we have monthly think tank sessions where we go online. We are making introductions, president to president, and marketing company to marketing company, at a rate of about 25 personal introductions that we do a week. We've got a membership services staff of 6 people, and all they do, 5 days a week. I say all because it's a big plate to fill. Is making introductions and exchanging information. And I've never had that kind of high touch when I was at a franchise.
So you have something called a lookbook, and that's sort of like your online magazine?
That is correct. And in speaking of that, I'm very excited to announce that there is a very talented woman by the name of Amy Updegrove. Amy Updegrove, who is the publisher of Texas Monthly, is going to be our Leverage's new CEO as of the 21st of this month, and she'll be running our Beverly Hills office.
So the lookbook, it's an online magazine. Who's writing the copy for the magazine?
We're writing we have an internal staff that writes the copy, and our intentions for 2015 is to have is to take the magazine from a quarterly magazine online to a quarterly magazine online and published. It's available regionally.
Oh, nice. So what would the magazine sell for?
I'd have to look to people smarter than me to figure that out. What we want to be able to do is make it available for our members to distribute to their clients.
And are there properties advertised in the magazine?
Yes, and we have a really great cross section of personal interviews. about town details on various various locations on a quarterly basis, and then our individual members have opportunities to showcase properties that they've got in there, but more in an editorial design. It's a very, very easy read.
Do you charge?
A lot of eye candy.
Do you charge for the ads?
There are four properties per member is complimentary, and then we have opportunities for purchase above and beyond that.
Okay. And
Is there any, other kind of applications that you have for mobile devices, or is it just internet and magazines?
I love that you asked that. We've got a great company, website design company called JLoop, that is revamping Lookbook right now as we speak, to make it user friendly on smartphones and then on tablets.
so, who do you see as your competitors for leverage? Is leading real estate companies and luxury portfolio, are they competitors? Sotheby's or Christie's, luxuryrealestate.com?
Or who's who? You know them all. Christie's, I've always admired Christie's as far as presentation and the way that they promote properties. Their referral business is not as strong as it should be. I see Leading RE as someone that we admire. They've been around since '86. They're in 550 markets. I think 18 months in, being in 150 markets, I think we've got a pretty good understanding on what it takes. And I think one of the main differentials is they charge per transaction. They've got a referral fee that they charge, which is something that we don't do. And I think one of the great differentials between us is that we're far more hands-on as far as reaching out to presidents with on a different level with the business practices and opportunities for expansion. I think Leading RE does a great job for what they do, and I don't see it as a competition. I think companies would be well suited to have to use both of us as a platform. I think one of the challenges is, as of 6 months ago, Leading RE reached out to their clients, their members, and said that they couldn't be on both platforms. And I find that almost I find that to be a strange approach, knowing that we're all dealing with independent real estate companies, and every independent real estate company needs every opportunity for expansion and networking. But I'm sure they'll work that out at some point in time.
So those Leading RE members, did they stay with Leading RE, or did they come over? They said, well, they won't allow us to join you. We're going to join you anyway. We'll just leave them. We've
had a handful of companies that have left Leading RE. We've had conversations with them in the past and asking them if it really makes sense. That's a position that they're taking at this time, and I think it makes it very challenging for people when they have to make that kind of a choice. But that's the position they're taking, and so we'll see how it unfolds moving forward.
Yeah, interesting. So so you have like 150 offices now around the world?
Correct.
So how did you find these people? Was it at the NAR convention, or?
No, actually we do it. We've got two really talented researchers, recent graduates from UCLA that joined us within days of us opening, and they happen to be statisticians that happen to like real estate, and so the criteria that we mentioned earlier, in researching each of the markets. And I left out an element that's pretty important too. They've got to embrace social media and have an understanding of it, meaning technology, and not only. I'm not just talking about Facebook. I'm talking about the ability, to reach out through CRM, the ability to reach out through Instagram and Mailchimp and an assortment of programs that will enable you to promote your company not only through print but in an online basis. If the company doesn't have that appetite, then it's really not going to be a fit for leverage, because the majority of the interaction that we do is on phone, like we're doing right now, or through conference calls via GoToMyMeeting or Fuse.
What was the last thing? Fuse?
Fuse. It's a phenomenal program. FUZE.com.
Okay.
The thing that's great about it enables you and I can communicate online. It's higher resolution, and we can manipulate documents while we're talking. If we've got an ad that we're designing together, or a business plan, we can make those changes real time while we're on the conference. It's a great program, and it's less than $10 a month to join.
So what do you see for the industry, for our brokerage business in the future with, I guess it's just a proliferation of web giants. What can you say about Zillow, Trulia, and we'll just say Zillow, Trulia. What do you say? What's going on there?
How about this? If Rupert Murdoch just spoke at an Inman event in New York less than 2 weeks ago, and he wanted to assure everyone in the audience that there will always be a place for realtors, no matter how automated things get. And after 25 years, I can assure everybody that's listening that our jobs will never go away. There will always be a need for high touch in residential real estate, to be able to walk people through the contracts, to walk through the disclosures, and the importance of being able to address this stuff real time. I think one of the main changes that we're looking to implement at Partners Trust, for example, in 2015, is take advantage of technology, but go back to the basics of customer service, and be sure that your clients know that you're there to take care of them. Not only with the purchase, but through with every element of what they need for their home. Whether it be remodeling, refinancing, etc. High touch customer service. I know it's old school, but it's back in fashion.
So let's talk about $1 Million Listing for a second. Well, what do you think of that show? I mean, it basically started right in your backyard, right?
Yeah.
I think it's great fodder. It's a lot of fun. It's entirely scripted, and that's absolutely fine. I think it raises the awareness. I think some of the men and women have parlayed it and done very well by it.
Oh, sure.
Absolutely.
And
But they're actors too. They're not just agents.
They are
They're celebrities.
Yeah, they are. Now, I think Madison did a wonderful job. He's got a great business in addition, and some of these other folks have got a great business. But the majority of them are looking for their next gig.
Do you think it sort of, I guess it fools the consumer into thinking that our job is a little easier than it is?
Oh, it is.
I mean, when you can sell a $20 million,
it's a
$20 million house that is overpriced, the sellers say we won't take 1 penny less, and somehow by the end of the hour, it's under agreement. They just had to have a few lunches and some drinks, and it all worked out.
Or they throw something at each other. Sometimes someone gets thrown in the pool or something.
Before it's aired, the transaction's already completed.
Of course.
The transaction's already done.
Yeah.
And, candidly, the one disappointment is I think it greatly, greatly trivializes and minimizes the hours, sometimes hundreds of hours that are put in, to research.
Well, it's unrealistic reality TV.
Sure.
Thank you.
And they edit the time. They whatever's interesting. The argument they put these people in that have friction with each other in the same open house or whatever I think they plan that to make it
It's
exciting or interesting or TV.
It's cartoonish. That's the
Yeah.
problem,
Exactly.
I think.
It's great eye candy. There
Sure.
is to call it reality TV is a misnomer because it's anything but.
Yeah, I had a show, I don't know which one it was. I think it's the one where they give the buyers just three
Like
choices.
the House Hunters, yeah.
House Hunters?
Yeah.
I think it was House Hunters. So they give them 3 houses, you have to choose one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's normal, right?
That'd be great.
How many buyers?
You only get 3 houses to look at.
How many buyers are going to work with a broker like that? But they came to me, their buyer had been turned down for the listing. We sold it to someone else. They wanted to come into the house for about 5 hours one day.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even going to be in it. I mean, the house had already been put under agreement. It was just silliness. What broker is going to do that? It must be very tough to do those shows.
Yeah.
Unlike this one. This one's pretty easy.
This is a cakewalk. This is a cakewalk. You're spoon feeding the directions, and it's greatly appreciated.
Efron, this was a real pleasure. We wish you much more success with Partners Trust and
Leverage
Real Estate. And
Global Partners.
we'll definitely be in touch. We appreciate you coming on Real Estate on Sunday.
Jim, Diana, it was a pleasure this morning, and I thank you all so much. Have a great rest of the day.
Stay warm. We're going to...
We'll be out there soon.
Look forward to it, and please visit us. I'd love to have lunch with you all and show you the offices.
That'd be great.
Thanks again. Have a great day.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I wouldn't mind going out there right now.
One of my sunglasses. I gotta put them on. Maybe not.
Here, you want to borrow mine?
Yeah, it's okay. So,
Yeah, I'll get mine on.
that was a good show.
was.
Any questions that we should have asked, or we covered them all?
I think you covered all mine. He covered all mine. The cost
And we got to the bottom
concept
of reality television.
and of course, I saw when I saw Madison on it. I got all excited.
Yeah.
I love $1 Million Listing.
I don't know who Madison is. I just know
Oh,
the name.
he was one of the first agents to be on it, and that was the first one that they did. And then they went on to New York and they did
Do
the
they have it
Miami
on
one.
Netflix yet?
I'm sure. I don't know. I'm sure you can get it. Although it's been a while. I don't remember exactly when it started, but it's been years. He's been on it for years. Now he's no longer on it anymore. Although you'll see him sometimes pop in and out. I think this is just my opinion. I think for him it got to be too much about his personal life,
Right.
and not because when it first started, it was really about
The real estate. Yeah.
and a little of the fluff that comes with being a $1 million listing agent, and so it was a little of the fluff, but I think, through the years, the interest was the friction between the agents and the personal lives, and
You're not a
why he
realtor,
decided not to continue on with it.
You're not a realtor anymore. You're a
Yeah.
TV celebrity.
It's a celebrity. He's a celebrity, yeah.
Right.
I mean, he still is a celebrity, but I think he's kind of gone back to basics, as
You think he was
Efron
one of the
said.
producers of the show?
No, I don't think he. I don't know for sure. I don't think he was a producer. No, no. I think that was Bravo and Andy Cohen, and I don't remember.
Okay. All right. So, we should do this again.
We should.
We should. Okay. So, there's another layer. We should-
The Patriots. You have the Red Sox,
No,
though.
Red Sox. Come on.
Oh, it's
Spring is coming.
Spring's coming.
Come on. Go Sox.
Great. I didn't know that.
So, you didn't.
I didn't bring my Red Sox shirt or my Patriots shirt.
Okay, Evan, cue up a commercial and lead us out of here.
You are searching for a new home, you want to be working with a realtor with years of experience, a professional with intimate knowledge of the communities that you are considering moving to, and someone who really wants to represent you as a buyer in what is probably the largest investment you will ever make in your lifetime. The realtors at Castles Unlimited want to be your choice when you're ready to make your next move. Please visit us at castlesunlimited.com or call us anytime at 800-967-3561. The realtors at Castles Unlimited are here to help your next purchase, lease, or sale of any real estate the easiest decision you've ever made. Start your search anytime, 24/7 at castlesunlimited.com.
I like that beginning. It was like jolting.
Oh, yeah.
Got my blood boiling. I wish I could do that with my buyers.
All right.
Jolt them.
Well, on the next show, I have no idea. Oh, we could probably talk about New England
Prosperity,
on the
yeah.
next show. All right. Well, thank you for joining us today on Real Estate on Sunday. I'm Jim Lowenstern.
I'm Diana Doherty. Know your dreams.
Live your dreams.
Thank you for listening and watching.